You know what sounds good on a Monday morning? A job where you don't have to do much of anything. Wouldn't that be pretty nice? I don't know, maybe you need to be kept busy. Me? No. If I had a job where I could just sit there and read books all day, oh yeah, that'd be glorious. You'd assume you'd have to take a pay cut though, right? But I was reading through a thread online about people talking about jobs where you don't do anything or not much. And some of these people are making pretty decent dough. There was one who was like, answered phones for a hospital remotely. So they work from home and they just kind of route IT calls for, some hospital somewhere. $50 an hour. $50 an hour. You just got to be good with customer service. You know who's good at answering phones? This guy. How do you get that gig? There's other gigs I read about on here, like security guards. You sit in a building all night, check some cameras, walk around every once in a while. But I've seen enough horror movies and action movies to know, the day might come when you have to be a security guard, You might have to confront somebody. I don't know about that. That doesn't sound great. I'd rather route phone calls. $50 an hour. Holy cow. Yeah, working on the help desk at a hospital. They said they get like 8 to 10 calls, and they're usually only a few minutes long. And then they just sit around making that dough. Crazy. Crazy. Well, anyway, if you want to look through that thread, find yourself a new job where you can kick back and relax a little bit. Maybe you like scrolling on your phone. Well, just go to the Ask Reddit page. People with jobs where you don't do anything. All right, I got to get back to my multitasking. There's certainly no not doing anything today. Ugh. Yeah, people ask why I don't want to do anything in the evening. Brain work, Takes a lot out of you, a surprising amount. Anyway, I'm going to go back to staring at the computer. Well, I'm happy to report, at least as far as I could tell, doesn't reek outside like it did Friday. Jeez. Saw lots of complaining about smells in Idaho Falls on social media over the weekend. Again, I don't know what was causing some of the stenches because depending on what area of town you were in, it was a different kind of stink. It was awful. Got to get yourself one of those air purifiers for inside of the home. If it's bad enough outside that nasty stench is creeping inside, you got to have some kind of way to deal with that. I guess a candle might work, but sometimes when you try to cover up a scent with another scent, they just mix together. Then you get like vanilla stank or something. Oh, it was so grody. Anyway, if there's anybody who can lock down exactly what the problem is, because, I've read some pretty good speculation online, but I'm not going to dive into that. Just if you have the means to help fix the problem, it would be nice to go outside and enjoy some of that Pacific Northwest fresh air. It's one of the benefits to living in a smaller community, right? You don't have smog. Well, I guess we have our own kind of smog. Hopefully it won't kick in when it warms up a bit throughout the day. Ugh, grody. It's not like I had a ton to do outside, but I wasn't going to go out and do anything. Nothing. Well, some people have a lot more time on their hands than me and are a lot more skilled and creative. This guy is down in Florida. Actually did something that didn't end up getting him put in jail. He decided to decorate his yard with a giant leg lamp from A Christmas Story. Like 20 feet tall. 20 feet tall. And yeah, he just made this thing. I don't need this on a Monday morning. I don't need seeing, all these things being accomplished by people on the weekend. Hey, I did some laundry and some dishes, all right? I was sort of productive this weekend. Actually, come to think of it, I got even more than that done. I did pretty good. Excuse me for not throwing together a 20-foot leg lamp, but I do my best. Actually, took it pretty easy on the Christmas decorations this year. Got the tree up, a few miscellaneous items around the house, and that's it. Not putting up any lights outside, not doing anything outside. I am avoiding every second of outside that I can. So, yeah, what, I'm going to go out when it's 30 degrees and put up a leg lamp? You can only do that in Florida. Now, I'm sure that some of you around here aren't as unmotivated by cold temps as me. I don't like it. I'm old. Gonna end up in Florida at this rate.
It's the bag of the day.
All right. Everybody gets a little bit stressed at work from time to time, right? Yeah. I mean, unless... I don't even know what kind of job you could have that you never get stressed. But if so, congrats. Oh, good for you. Anyhow, if you do get stressed at work, don't tell anyone. Jeez. There's this new company called Yes Madam. It's a salon home service startup. And I guess they sent out a company-wide survey asking people about stress on the job. And, well, after the survey results rolled in, this is what HR sent out to everybody. Dear team, recently we conducted a survey to understand your feelings about stress at work. Many of you shared your concerns, which we deeply value and respect. As a company committed to fostering a healthy and supportive work environment, we have carefully considered the feedback. To ensure that no one remains stressed at work, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with employees who indicated significant stress. They fired the stressed employees. Oh, you stressed out? Get! This decision is effective immediately, and impacted employees will receive further details separately. Thank you for your contributions. Best regards, Yes Madam. Yeah, about 100 people reported back that they'd been fired after indicating in the survey that they were a little bit stressed on the job. Holy cow. So you think your boss is bad? Huh? Well, at least hopefully you can let them know, hey, I'm feeling a little bit stressed, and they don't just kick you out of the building immediately. Oh, yeah? We're about to be a lot more stressed, buddy. Won't you get? Morning, it's the Victor Wilt Show, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever, depending on what time you're listening to this program. Available on demand, everywhere podcasts can be found. Let's take a look at some strange company blunders. Sometimes businesses don't make the best decisions, and, doesn't work out great for them. Like back in 2009, I don't remember hearing about this. Maybe I just wasn't very in touch with the video game world at the time, but I guess in 2009, Electronic Arts shipped out brass knuckles along with their upcoming game, The Godfather 2, to people working in the press for promotional purposes. Yeah, I can imagine that showing up here at the station. All right, here's your complimentary copy of The Godfather 2 and your brass knuckles. That's right, you want to mess with me, Peaches? Yeah, these are illegal weapons in many states, and it's also against the law to ship them. So they're like, please send them back. And then the reviewers who got the brass knuckles gave it, gave the game bad reviews anyway. So that's why we haven't seen any more Godfather games. I don't remember there being Godfather 1, let alone 2. What else do we have here? In 2006, McDonald's Japan ran a promotion in which 10,000 MP3 players would be awarded to lucky customers. That's pretty cool. Back in 2006, having an MP3 player would have been awesome. At least till you hooked it up to your computer to try to put music on it, and Yeah, it had a virus. Yeah, every one of those MP3 players had a virus, which stole data when you connected it to a computer. So McDonald's then had to award them an extra bonus prize and antivirus software for their computers. Oh, geez. All of these things popping up on here, I don't know why I don't remember hearing about them. Like, did you ever see Doritos unleash a new, mascot, Chippy, which was a person with a Dorito as their head that did stand-up comedy relating to mental health awareness? I don't remember seeing that. Like, the nightmarish image of Chippy that's in front of me, I don't know if I need to see that this early in the week. That is definitely nightmare fuel. Jeez. All right, well, anyway. Just, maybe reach out to some people when it comes to making some of these business choices. If I find any of these others that are really good, I'll share them with you. Been kind of a slow news day so far, but we'll see what we can find. I'll be back. Let's talk about cartoons a little bit. Cartoons for adults, all right? No, not those kind. Settle down. Let's start off by talking about this South Park watch. Who on earth is going to buy this? This is just absurd. All right, I like South Park a lot. And if I was going to buy a watch, I suppose, South Park watch, why not? Here's why not. $572. It's not even made out of gold. It's just a South Park watch, as far as I could tell. But it does come with, extra wristbands if you want to change the color. Ooh. Yeah, it comes with 5 of them. Brown, green, black, light blue, or orange. All right. Well, good luck to them. I'm sure that there are people out there with way too much money who will buy these kind of things. Can you imagine having $500 just to blow on a watch? Some of you might. Outside of my budget. So let's talk about something I can afford. New episodes of King of the Hill. Now, there hasn't been any kind of official release date, but the supposed 10 titles for the new season of King of the Hill have leaked online. I'm pretty stoked on this. King of the Hill is a great show. It's a classic. The newer episodes of Beavis and Butthead that Mike Judge made, I thought were really good. I think those are pretty much, done now. They didn't promote it very well. I don't know. So hopefully they'll do a better job with King of the Hill. Maybe it'll stick around. Looks like Bobby Hill will be all grown up. There have been a couple images that dropped. One showing Bobby to be a self-taught chef, and one of the youngest contestants on a program called King of the Grill. Anyway, that's all we really know about it. Most of the people from the original series are returning to do their voice work. However, some people have passed on. Johnny Hardwick, the guy who did the voice of Dale Gribble, as well as Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty, who played Luann and Lucky. So I don't know if those characters are going to make a return with a new voice or what, but I'm excited for it. King of the Hill always puts a smile on my face. Who don't like Hank Hill, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, if I get a release date, I'll let you know. But looks like, they've wrapped up just about everything, so should be coming soon. I am not very athletic. That might come as a surprise, to you longtime listeners. But some people are. Some people do it as a profession, some kind of sporting activity. I was looking through this article about painful ways athletes enhance their performance. I'm like, why? Right out of the gate, they're talking about people breaking their own bones to give themselves an advantage. What? And I guess this practice has been banned called boosting. Now, some people just do simple things like something as simple as tightening a strap around your leg. But, people will do weird things, like, shocking themselves. Shocking themselves and breaking their own bones. I don't know, there's probably a good scientific explanation for this that I'm not pulling from this article, but don't break your own bones. Holy cow. A lot of different surgeries and things, but apparently even things as basic as baking soda. You just eat some of it before a race. And some places will, accuse you of doping for doing that. I mean, it's baking soda. I didn't know baking soda gave you any kind of advantage other than a less stinky fridge. Yeah, apparently exercise produces acid in your muscles, and sodium bicarbonate is a base which neutralizes the acid, lets you push harder. So, I guess if you need to run real far, don't take any kind of medical advice or tips from anyone on the radio ever. They don't know anything, and they includes me. But some of these I'm not even going to get into here. Athletes be weird, man. Shouldn't be injecting those kind of things into yourself. And they're not even talking about drugs. Ugh. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to dig up some freak news, Freak news powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. All right, let's begin. Why you should take a week off from work according to science. Okay, I don't even need to read the article. See ya. Oh, week off from work sound pretty good. Pretty good. I think I need to do one of those staycations where I take a week off, but it's just kicking back at home. The last bit of time off I took was pretty much, I'm going to drive my truck all day. Yeah. I mean, we went a lot of places. We did about, 1,800 miles in 4 days. I mean, it was a lot of driving, but it was good. Would have been better with more kickback time, however. So, yeah, again, I don't even need to get into this article. I'd just like to encourage you to take a little bit of time off. Well, today's a good day to do it. Maybe you're on your way to work right now. Call in sick. Go back home. When I woke up this morning, I was like, man, my house is feeling pretty cozy and comfy. Here I am. Should be on a week vacation. All right, what else do we have here? Apparently, illegal wildlife trading is booming on social media. Yeah, people are selling, bodies of endangered species. You know, with how well they keep an eye on every little thing we do, you would think this would be stopped pretty easily. I don't know. I guess the authorities are focused on other things. Yeah, don't buy or sell endangered species. It's not cool. It's not very nice. All right. Let's try to help the animal populations, increase a little bit. Go on the Facebook market. Bald eagle, mounted. Look at it. Wouldn't surprise me at all with some of the other things I've seen for sale on the Facebook marketplace. Let's see. What else did we have here? TikTok might be banned. We've heard that for a while now. I guess they have until January 19th to sell and find a buyer, a U.S. company, I guess. Or U.S. app stores and internet services could face hefty fines for hosting TikTok if it's not sold. Now, I have a feeling there will be some kind of extension or something. People are making too much money on TikTok for them to just outright ban it, Though, the government makes some pretty stupid decisions at times, so I don't know. Now, security risks, this and that, sure. Let's make sure that apps we're using are in line with how they should be from that kind of standpoint, but again, people are making so much dough. All it takes is, mass backlash. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. People have been demanding a lot of things for years, and no changes made. We still have daylight saving time, so never mind. They'll probably ban it. Anything else here? I know I had more, but I don't know. Some lady brought a pot of noodles into a jail that was labeled pot noodles. And apparently security didn't think anything about it. Now they're mad because somebody managed to sneak pot noodles that were infused with illicit substances into a jail. Well, yeah, read the label. Read the label. It's like the person who, a couple months ago got busted with a bag of drugs that said bag of drugs when they got pulled over. Yeah. I don't know. It's just funny to me that someone would risk that kind of trouble and throw a goof in at the same time. People are dumb, though. People are dumb. Well, and I guess they got away with it, at least at first. Well, we're headed into the holiday season, or we're in the midst of it. I'm sure you could use more money. Yeah. One thing that helps out during the holidays, it's money, because you might be spending a lot of it. Well, we're giving you the shot at winning some money. Teamed up with the Idaho Lottery to make your holidays a little bit brighter. Giving away two $50 Idaho Lottery prize packs loaded with crisp Kringle bills. That's hard to say. Naughty or Nice, Merry Sevens, and more scratch ticket favorites. So, I mean, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get money. You could get a lot of money. You could get none. If you have the kind of luck I have with lotto tickets, $50 in scratchers and come out the other end, $50 in the hole, that's me. But hey, these are up for grabs for free. So you're not really out anything either way. And you might win big. Enter to win in any of our channel apps. Just fire up the K-Bear, Alt, or Cannonball apps and sign up. And if you're lucky, at the end of the week, we'll be letting you know, hey, got $50 in lotto tickets for you, and hopefully you win big. Does your baby look like a werewolf? Apparently, this is becoming a major problem. Werewolf babies. And it's one of the parents to blame, not genetics, but people using Rogaine. Yeah, I guess, babies are coming into contact with, their parents' hair loss medication, and it's just making them really hairy. Yeah, people are like, what's happened to my baby? Starting to look like a cat. Yeah, you gotta keep them away from that minoxidil. I mean, you might be able to go viral with a werewolf baby, though. So this might not be a bad thing. You go viral, you can make some money. And everybody needs more money in this day and age. I don't think they should put these articles out there. It's going to give people ideas. Wouldn't it be hilarious if my baby looks like a baby werewolf? This would be really funny. People were giving their kids pet names. We talked about that a week or two ago. Yeah. This is my baby Rover. Check him out. Here's Buddy. He looks like a dog. I know. I know. Yeah. Apparently, if you remove the minoxidil, keep the baby away from it, and it doesn't have any contact with it anymore, then the hair will go away. But if you've been wondering why your baby looks like a little beast. Oh, geez, don't tell me you've already got work for me. Come on, man. Jade.
As busy as I am.
But it's the holiday season.
Better.
I saw a graph online that
You don't
said,
have family around? You can just work.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's why I get extra relaxation.
Because you don't have family around.
Because I don't have family around. Yeah, so I should get to relax even more. Yeah, I saw a graph online that was like the first week of December, you pretend to care about work. And this week is when we start not pretending anymore. We just don't care.
And the last 2 weeks is just all out.
I mean, that's what the music industry does in December.
That's true.
They're about ready to check out for the rest of the month. So I think we should
most of January.
And most of January. Yeah, so why don't we get to do that? Come on, buddy.
And if bands were smart, they would do a lot of touring about that time.
Oh, yeah.
Like during COVID and all that. Why didn't they put out any new music?
I know. Nobody was doing anything. You could have had all of the attention on you.
Especially the small bands.
Yeah. It's the perfect time. I mean, radio, you might not get the exposure you need there because radio just goes, oh, okay, we're just not going to do anything for a month. And then they even get weird with it where they'll take out new songs and put in songs that, were big hits of the last few years. Let's go ahead and just beat people to death during the holidays with the songs they've already heard 10 million times.
This radio's dumb.
I know, man. I know. You saw that thread I got involved with online.
Are they still going? I haven't looked for a while.
No, it's settled down. But I'm building up for my next one. My new hobby, when I have a few minutes, is to antagonize the radio peeps.
The overnight pay-for-play spins?
That's what we're going to get into next, is overnight
That's going to really
spins.
tip the lid off.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to say you should be ashamed of yourself if you play songs in overnights. And pretty much everyone except us does that. So it's pretty much calling out everyone.
How dare you give out the secrets?
Hey, we're supposed to keep our sleazy business, on the DL. Come on. But I'm too tired for that this morning. I'm not in the mood to stir it up yet. Figure maybe a little closer to Christmas when they're sitting around. They got nothing to do. And just make them feel bad about themselves during the holidays. You still have a job, in radio? Well, you probably shouldn't, because you're a loser who takes advantage of bands.
You might not by the end of the holiday season.
Yeah, it's not my favorite month of the
Especially
year.
if you work on an AC station where it flips from Christmas and back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
When it goes back to normal, it's just a good time to...
Dude,
Josh, beware, man.
No wonder he's sweating down there. Queens of the Stone Age, one of the many bands no longer performing at Sick New World. Man, that's a bummer. It's not like I was really going to go, but I really wanted to. Would love to see, most of the bands that were on that bill. Sad. We don't have a lot of festivals in the West. We've got Aftershock, Sick New World, whatever the emo one's called, When We Were Young. Yeah, it would be great to see a big music festival. I don't know, Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is a baffling music market to me because it's one of the biggest cities in the country. It's top 30 metro areas, and we don't have any of those big festival shows there. Even Phoenix or Los Angeles. Yeah. They have that, so-called festival where they have Tool, AC/DC, Metallica, 3 nights, 2 bands each night. That's not a festival. Would love to see something outside of Aftershock come our way. And I think, honestly, I need to hit up Danny Wimmer. Be like, listen, Pocatello, centrally located between Boise and Salt Lake City, pretty much. You got Idaho Falls right here. We have, markets north of us, Bozeman, Missoula, etc. Pocatello's amphitheater is a perfect centralized location for a giant festival show. These are just things that pop into my head. I doubt anything like that will be happening, but it'd be a smart move. Because I've noticed, when Tool came to Boise, Salt Lake, and Pocatello. Idaho Falls. Excuse me. Idaho Falls show sold out bam. Boise and Salt Lake, much larger markets. When they don't have people from here putting their butts in seats, their shows suffer. It's amazing how many people go to shows from this region in Boise and Salt Lake. And occasionally I'll talk to someone in the music industry and they're like, why do you guys want to give away tickets to somewhere like that? Because they need our help. That's why. Anyway, music festival in Pokey. It's what I'm calling for here on Monday, December 9th. Hey, you can dream. Somebody curious if they're a jerk for refusing to eat food prepared with raw milk. All right, let's dive in here. Raw milk. Seems like I'm seeing about 1 million articles about that as of late. I guess it's a trendy thing right now. I don't know. To me, to each their own. You want to dive into that? That's fine. Makes me nervous. You know, and I'm not a big fan of milk anyway. I like cheese, sure. But a nice glass of milk? I don't know. Okay, let's read this here. My coworker invited me to a dinner party at her place over the weekend. This is a new job, so I was excited to make new friends. All was going well until we got to the food. She was clearly excited, telling us all about the new recipe she had tried and how it turned out great. Mentioned she used raw milk to cook it with. I asked her about it, and she confirmed it was unpasteurized milk because it had better texture. I said I didn't want to eat it because I'm not comfortable having unpasteurized milk. She said since it was cooked on the stove, it was safe, but I said, I'm sorry, I'm just not comfortable with that. So dinner was awkward, as I only had bread and water. You ever been at a meal where you're like, ugh, this is not what I was hoping for? And then you got to eat the food, and you're like, you're just forcing it down. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be an awkward situation to be in, but, you know, if you're not comfortable eating something, you don't have to. Let's see. The person then points out that when I went home after, I looked up raw milk and found out there was a recall in my state because of bird flu. I wonder if, okay, cooking raw milk to make it safe. I don't know much about raw milk. Okay, that's just basically pasteurizing the milk. And let's see, how do you do that? Do you just boil it or something? Okay, risks from drinking raw milk. Vomiting, diarrhea, pain, kidney failure, miscarriage. Jeez. What? I mean, I guess you eat some veggies that haven't been washed, you could have a bad time too. So you need a big boiler, sterilized cooking thermometer, clean container. This sounds like a lot of work. I just buy the milk that's already been pasteurized. But it does look like cooking it, you know, it's got to be helpful. You know, it's like cooking raw meat. You know, you might have a meat that would, you know, really mess you up, but you cook it and you're fine. I don't know. Again, just might be something to look into. Or if you've got guests coming over and you know, are into eating or drinking weird things, you might make that a specialty dish, you know, not the main course. Thank you again for tuning in to The Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.